are the leading candidates that you have found? You talked to many executives within Berkshire. Who have you found to be possibly the sleeper candidate?
Yeah, hi. So my article really focused in on Greg Abel, who's the head of the energy business at Berkshire Hathaway. They own a bunch of electric utilities, transmission lines, natural gas pipelines, that kind of thing. And he was one of those executives, as you mentioned, who was seated away from the other managers at last year's meeting. And I use that as sort of a jumping-off point to explore what his career has looked like and what that says more broadly about where Berkshire is headed.
And how does he compare to Ajit Jain and Matt Rose, who are the other two leading candidates, Noah?
Well, yeah, that's an interesting question. There are definitely, things that recommend all of them. The things I find fascinating about Greg Abel is that he's really been there to help build up this energy business over the last 20 plus years. Berkshire hasn't owned it that entire time, but he's really been there building up this company through acquisitions, running them in a very efficient manner that has both been good for Berkshire shareholders and for the folks who are served by its utilities. And what I say in my piece in Business Week is that those are some of the qualities that may be useful to Berkshire going forward because, unlike 15 or even 20 years ago, Berkshire is much less dominated by the stock picking of its CEO, Warren Buffett.
Yeah.
It's really a company that's evolved to having these massive operating units like the railroad, like the energy unit, a bunch of manufacturing companies that what I basically say is that the skill set for the next CEO may need to be a little bit different than what Warren Buffett brought to the table.
Noah, you and I were there just the other week when we were both talking with Warren Buffett, and he answered some questions about David Winters, who was pounding on Buffett to say something about Coca-Cola's compensation plan. Do you think Buffett has put that issue to rest, or do you expect he's going to get many more questions about that?
Oh, absolutely not. He will. I would anticipate that it's going to be the first question on Saturday. It's clearly the hot button issue. There are a lot of folks who have looked to Buffett as sort of a lodestar or their moral compass for how CEOs and investors should behave, and a lot of people I've been speaking with here in Omaha think that there are some real inconsistencies between what he said over the years and what happened with Coke, and I would expect that he's going to try and address that very soon out of the gate at the meeting.
Yeah, and in fact, David Winters, his Wintergreen advisors, just out again with another statement this morning saying that they want Coca-Cola to change their equity plan. Noah, the other notable thing about the meeting this year is that Buffett could not find a bear to sit on stage to ask him questions. And I wonder if that's been given any kind of chatter so far in Omaha.
I think it's more of a curiosity than anything. A lot of the people who show up at this meeting are obviously many of them are shareholders, and they're part of the base, and they really believe in Berkshire and what it's doing. So, you can speak with some people, and they'd say, why would anyone put themselves up to that challenge? I mean, this is a company. The A shares are pretty close to hitting 200,000. There's a lot of things going right at the current moment. So I'm not terribly surprised that they struggled to find someone to fill that seat.